Oh, hello, yeah. Wow, good grief. The clocks, they went back, didn't they? Or did they spring forward or fall or something? Who can tell? Yeah, you just have to try and remember which analog clocks you actually have anymore. I think I've got two. Yeah, I was actually awake to watch that just about get to 1 o'clock again. Yeah, it's quite strange, really. Anyway, the good news is it's cold and dark. Hooray! Yeah, Sceptred Isle. Brrr. Anyway, leaving that aside, I thought we'd talk about Graham Linehan and trans people today because, well, the press do love one of those too. Yes. And oddly, it isn't the right one, is it? No, it's quite strange. Anyway, the news was that Jimmy Carr, recent tour of America, hilarious guy, isn't he? Well, if you like that type of thing, it's not really my bag, but it wouldn't be, would it? Not me as a wokeist. But anyway, apparently he was asked by a group of Americans in a almost totally irony-free zone about Graham Linehan. He said about how amazingly brave Graham was because, he was saying those brave things and being out there, and the Americans really need to cherish their First Amendment, which, to an American audience and looking at American politics, is way beyond any form of comedic parody that I could possibly come up with. But even possibly more than that, you end up with Jimmy Carr saying it, a man who has only just touched down from the Riyadh Comedy Festival, where, he was under contract not to say anything unless he not get the money from being in Saudi Arabia. I don't know, you can't realistically these days make this stuff up. Now, it might be that you don't really like trans people. Okay, it might be that you quite like the IT crowd, and it's very sensible if you do, and you might like Father Ted, and it's sort of sensible if you do, but you can separate these things out. You can think that, Michael Jackson was a very, very, very successful recording person at the same time as being a bit dodgy, because a lot of them are. And, potentially Graham is as well, because I'm sorry, but, there are two ways of looking at this. You can either see him as a brave, stand-uppity person for truth, justice, and, well, in this case, the American way, or you can see somebody who has just basically slipped into a sort of, middle-aged sort of psychosis of paranoia, whereby everything is seen through a single lens, and everything is seen through the lens of his own persecution, Oh, isn't it dreadful? Because of his serious beliefs, his wife left him. Or maybe just his wife left him because, that's what he was doing. He was just drifting into that sort of paranoia that certain people do. I just think that, given that realistically he's still a wealthy man, he should just get some therapy. As for Jimmy, well, he doesn't need the money, does he? So why exactly did he go to Saudi? Not really a principled person we can listen to. And indeed with Graham, if you look at most of his his Twitter feed, his social media feed, he has basically decided that because of the trans issue, that therefore he's just going to align himself with a whole bunch of bigots. He does regularly give talks about free speech to basically American-backed and anti-abortion groups. I'm sorry, he's deeply, not realistically, a very nice person, and certainly seems to have no real sense of morality. And again, just because it's on that side of the fence, he's decided that he's going to be a staunch supporter of Israel. So we have these people on, that side, if you want to put it that way, that just appear to have no moral compass at all and just seem to be heavily invested in making sure that their own particular pile of cash is certainly going to be ring-fenced. Most of us don't have that particular luxury, no. Anyway, just don't really want to be lectured by people about morality that patently don't really have much. Do have a lovely day if you can. Do stay warm. Who knows what the future will bring? Well, in terms of St. Jimmy, probably not a very big tax bill. Enjoy.